While all Aquarians are known to be innovative, individualistic, and humanitarian, did you know there's actually 3 different kinds of Aquarius? Watch this video where I'm going to break down what these 3 types of Aquarius are so you can find out which one you are. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabel, your spiritual rebel friend, and today we are talking about the 3 different kinds of Aquarius, and this applies to anyone who has an Aquarius sun, moon, rising, or any other Aquarius aspect in their natal chart, because really, regardless of the placement, there's 3 different kinds of Aquarius expressions. And yes, while all Aquarius is known, or Aquarians are known to be innovative, individualistic, humanitarian, some people resonate with that stereotype. They feel that they're innovative and individualistic and they care about everyone else. And some people don't quite resonate with that, regardless of whether it's their sun, moon, rising, or something else. And that is because there's 3 different kinds of Aquarius. So today we are going to break down what these 3 kinds of Aquariuses are, or Aquarians are, and why there are 3 different kinds of Aquarians in the first place. Now, before I dive into the 3 kinds of Aquarius, be sure to book a reading in the link in the description below, where in 1 hour we can dive deep into your unique astrological birth chart and personality type combination. So Enneagram, astrology, numerology, all of it is covered. Sky's the limit. Book a reading down below and learn more on what we can dive into in these readings down below. So today we're talking about the 3 different kinds of Aquarius. Now, why are there 3 different kinds of Aquarius? So these 3 different kinds of Aquarius are based off of a concept called the Decans. So in this video specifically, I'm going to cover an introduction to the Decans, Decan 1 Aquarius explained, Decan 2 Aquarius explained, Decan 3 Aquarius explained, the strengths and challenges for each Aquarius Decan, and how to apply this knowledge. So if you're the kind of person who not only wants to learn which type of Aquarius they are, but also what to do with that information, watch through to the end of this video where I'm going to break down my top tips for applying this knowledge into our everyday lives. So first and foremost, what are the Decans? And I'm going to make this brief because I cover this in all of my Decan videos, which I'm sure you've probably seen if you're watching this video. And I also may just do a video breaking down the Decans themselves. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to dive deeper into what the Decans are in the first place and explain this in depth. But simply put, the Decans are based off of the fact that each zodiac sign has 30 degrees to its sign. And this can be broken down into 3 different categories, or 3 different subtypes, so to say. The first 10 degrees, 10 to 20 degrees, and 20 to 30 degrees. And these are going to have different Aquarius traits based off of the additional planetary ruler that is adding to each segment of the Aquarius archetype based off of the degree it's in. So for example, a stereotypical Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, but then in later degrees of the Aquarius archetype, we're going to have additional influence from the other air signs, Gemini and Libra, whose rulers are Mercury and Venus. And so basically, in the end, there's 3 different subtypes, 3 Decans of Aquarius based off of additional planetary rulers that add influence and growth to this Aquarius zodiac sign. So like I said, super brief explanation that's probably still confusing about the Decans if you have no idea what planetary rulers are even in the first place, or if you don't understand fully how the elements are associated with each zodiac sign. So if you want more information on that, comment below and I'll film a separate video on that, or my other Decan videos go deeper into that. But now let's just put it into application. Let's dive into the 3 different kinds of Aquarius, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising. If you were born between January 20th and January 29th, and or you have your sun, moon, rising, or some other planet in your chart between 10 or 0 and 10 degrees of Aquarius, you are a Decan 1 Aquarius, the stereotypical Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. And I really quick want to give an explanation of Uranus because it's so misunderstood, which leads to the misunderstandings about the Aquarius archetype in the first place. Uranus is the planet of, yes, unexpected change. If you're into astrology at all and you hear something about Uranus, it's prepare for chaos. Things unexpected are going to happen. Something's going to get shaken up. And yes, that does come along with Uranus, but Uranus brings change for the sake of innovative thinking. And so in the end, Uranus is the planet of innovation. It's the rebel with a cause, the rebel that's here to change our way of thinking. It's also said to be the higher octave of Mercury. So it represents our higher mind, our ability to think differently rather than think how we were taught to think. It's our way of changing our way of thinking. So in the end, Uranus is the planet of innovative, upgraded thinking. And so with this Decan of Aquarius, Decan 1 Aquarius, this is the Aquarius that is the stereotypical Aquarian who is innovative, individualistic, and humanitarian. They're using their skills for intellect and their ability to observe and see other people's individuality for the sake of being a rebel and helping people rebel against stereotypical systems, to use it to their benefit, to own their own individual lives. This is the Aquarius that it can be stereotypically very rebellious in the sense of these systems don't serve us, and questioning everything and speaking up against injustice, so to say, or what we should do idealistically. Does that mean they apply this? Not necessarily, but they see the faults in the systems and they want to innovate and rebel against them. This is also the Aquarius that, simply put, being the stereotypical Aquarius that is very innovative and inventive. These are the people who want high mental stimulus and use their desire for mental stimulus to innovate. These are the people who are always trying to do something new, learn something new, or step out of their comfort zone and think big picture. So these people can always be scheming something, whether it's something basic like a vacation, or they're trying to end world hunger. Their idea with the Aquarius 1, the Decan 1 Aquarius, is that they are innovative. And so they're using their innovation in all and any means necessary because that's the natural perception in which they see the world. They're looking for ways to innovate. They're looking for ways to shift. They're looking for ways to learn. They're looking for ways to make change. And so while all these strengths of being innovative and individualistic and a bit rebellious and vision or big picture vision thinking are strengths, this does come with some challenges. With this being the stereotypical Decan of Aquarius, they're going to have some stereotypical Aquarius issues, which is they may be too rebellious and individualistic at times. Yes, this is based off of ideals, and yes, this can be very innovative, but sometimes how that fits into our modern day world can be received a bit wrong. And so these people may struggle with being a bit too rebellious for the sake of being rebellious, or trying to create change in places that don't want change. Given that they're also trying to create a big vision or innovate into the future, these are also the Aquarians that may get the most caught up in the future, caught up in their heads, thinking about the future and forgetting to be present right here and now. If you are born between January 30th and February 8th, and or you have your sun, moon, rising, or some other planet between 10 and 20 degrees of Aquarius, you are a Decan to Aquarius, the Mercury edition of Aquarius, the Gemini edition. And what do we know about Gemini? Gemini is a social butterfly. And what do we know about Mercury? Mercury is the planet of communication. And so if you are a Decan to Aquarius, you're going to be likely more of a social networker and more focused on the reality right in front of you than the Decan 1 Aquarius. The Decan 1 Aquarius can get so caught up in ideals and innovative ideas that they can be a bit reserved, and because they want to be so rebellious, they can be a bit of the black sheep, so to say. But this Aquarius, the Decan 2 Aquarius, combines their ideas or desire for innovation and to be humanitarian with a practical outlook on life, to become aware of the world naturally around them. And so this is the Aquarius that can appear maybe, potentially, a bit more social than the Decan 1, because they're naturally seeing the world around them. They're naturally perceptive of what they are observing, and their desire to be humanitarian and to recognize people's individuality and be seen for their own individuality plays out in much more practical, linear ways with the practical, linear implementation or rule of Mercury that this ruler gives Aquarius. So the Decan 2 Aquarius is one that can also not only be more social, but much more practical and much more analytical in a way. This is the Aquarius that is much more mental and uses their desire for stimulation to acquire more knowledge, which can be through social spheres of catching up and checking in with everyone, or they could be much more mental and focusing proactively on learning. These could be much more analytical types than the Decan 1, which may gather more general concepts and innovate off of them. The Decan 2 Aquarius is much more analytical in their approach to life. I actually have a friend who is a Decan 2 Aquarius, and it really does show. She always knows what everyone is up to in our social circle. She's always checking in. She has so much compassion, and yet at the same time as being this compassionate compassionate, empathetic person. She uses her ability for analysis and order and systemization that is from her ruler of Mercury, or additional influence of Mercury, to stay organized in how she goes about this. She has her routines, she has her social groups, she knows how to check everything off. You can see that there's this analytical way that she goes about making sure that everyone feels individualized and cared for, like a true Aquarius does. But again, this is with the added influence of Mercury, giving them this ability to combine their innovation with practicality. So these people are natural conversationalists. Words. They're natural conversationalists. They can be a bit more social. They're a little more analytical and practical, and definitely more observant than a stereotypical Aquarius would be. And with all these strengths, there does come some challenges. I personally think that the struggle that the Decan to Aquarius is going to deal with the most is the fact that with being ruled by Mercury, this naturally gives them a higher capacity for observation and stimulation. And so with all the strengths that this Decan to Aquarius gains from Mercury, it also may have some struggles, specifically with becoming overstimulated or overthinking. Meaning that yes, they have a capacity to observe and see everything, but because of that, they may lean into this too much, and the Decan to Aquarius can become easily overly analytical because they're taking in so much data, or they may be prone to overthinking things because they can take in that information, whether that's overthinking their social situations, overthinking other problems, or just feeling the sense of mental overwhelm. And on the contrary, the other expression for this for the Decan to Aquarius is because they need so much stimulation, they can become easily bored and try to seek an excess amount of stimulation. If you're born between February 9th and February 18th, and or you have your sun, moon, rising, or some other planet between 20 and 30 degrees of Aquarius, you are a Decan 3 Aquarius, the third type of Aquarius, the Venus-ruled Aquarius, the Libra Venus edition, which is the most sociably charming edition of Aquarius. So yes, all Aquariuses are going to appear humanitarian. And because they're so in tune with their own individuality and trying to see others, they can appear very welcoming in many ways. But the Decan 3 Aquarius is going to by far appear the most charming in this setting. Venus is the planet of love, romance, and beauty. And anytime we have an additional influence of Venus, it makes us more of social charmers. Gemini also has a Venus-ruled Decan, and so does, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, Taurus is ruled by Venus as well. So off the top of my head, those are two other Venus-ruled planets, or Venus additionally ruled Venus planets, so to say. But point being, with the Decan 3 Aquarius, this is going to be the most sociably charming edition of Aquarius, and likely going to be the type that appears more social than the other two Aquarians. It's like we slowly get a more social version of Aquarius as we get further along throughout the Decans. Yes, all of them are going to be humanitarian and keep in touch with everyone, but the Decan 3 Aquarius specifically is going to appear the most warm and welcoming, having their rule an additional ruler of lovey-dovey Venus. These people want to appear extra considerate, extra compassionate, and also potentially a bit more sociably likable themselves. Combining Venus's desire, which can innately be to be liked and to appear beautiful, and combining that with your Aquarius's desire to be innovative and individualized, you kind of get someone here who could potentially naturally be more of the star of the show for their eccentricity. I know I've had to repeat words many times here. There's just so many thoughts coming at me to share, trying to slow them down here, guys. Point being, with the Decan 3 Aquarius, this is going to be the Aquarius that is most in the spotlight for their individuality and their potentially eccentric nature. Venus makes them seen as more beautiful and attractive for their innovation and for their individuality. Given that Venus has so much to do with social connection and harmony, and in the end, love and romance, this is the Aquarius that focuses probably more, while they know everyone, they nurture their connections even more. They're making sure that their community is in harmony. They're asking everyone, how are you really doing? This is the Aquarius that really fights, so to say, for social justice by bringing harmony and care to every single person. And also, given that Venus does have a bit to do with just the good things in life, the extra things in a way, creativity, this could be an Aquarius that is more creative than the other two, or one that is more artistic, who has artistic interests. So overall, there's a lot of strengths with this Decan 3 Aquarius. They're more creative, potentially, the most sociably charming, and they're the most considerate and harmonious with their social fields. But with these strengths, there does come some challenges. Just as any Venus-ruled planet or any Venus-ruled sign would deal with, Venus can bring this feeling of the need for approval. And so for the Decan 3 Aquarius, while they may be sociably charming, they may also feel like they're never quite liked. Aquarius already naturally feels like an oddball and individualized, but when you are the Decan 3 Aquarius in some form or fashion, regardless of what planet or placement it is, there may be this feeling that you can never quite get the sense of approval that you're looking for. And also because naturally the Decan 3 Aquarius is so sociably charming, they may feel this need to people please because Aquarius sees all sides, it sees all individuality, but Venus gives this desire to harmonize everyone's emotions, and so they may get caught into people pleasing traps. And the final thing I mentioned, a potential struggle for the Decan 3 Aquarius, is there could be a bit of idealism since Venus sees through rose-tinted glasses. Already Aquarius is an idealist, but with the added rule of Venus, this could be high idealism. So now that you know which Decan of Aquarius you are, which type of Aquarius, what do you do with that information? There are two major benefits that I find in applying this knowledge, or ways to apply this knowledge that has helped me understand myself and use this knowledge to my benefit. One is, simply put, understanding your strengths better. Yes, all Aquarians are going to be innovative, individualistic, they're going to think differently, they're going to be a bit of rebels walking to the beat of their own drum, and they're going to be humanitarian. But how that expresses itself is going to be different based off your Decan. If you're a Decan 1 Aquarius, you're going to have more innovative thinking qualities. You're going to be more of a rebel, and you should play into that. If you're a Decan 2 Aquarius, you're going to be much more have a capacity to acquire information and network. And so being in networking fields or being in data focused fields are a talent of yours. Your ability to analyze and be practical alongside your innovative or idealistic qualities. If you're a Decan 3 Aquarius, you're going to have more of that social side to you, more of that socially pleasing side, and you can do really good work when you are networking or harmonizing other people or even artistically expressing yourself. So that's the first major benefit, understanding your strengths, but also on the contrary, the other side of the coin, knowing your Decan of Aquarius can help you understand your weaknesses. Every single Decan of Aquarius and every Decan of the Zodiac sign is going to have subtly different struggles. Yes, all Aquarians may be a bit of the type to think they're just too different to fit into the world, and they may be a bit too detached at time as air signs, but what exact struggles or challenges present themselves are going to be different based off of your Decan. So for example, I would think that the first Decan of Aquarius is going to struggle the most with ostracizing themselves or feeling like they just don't fit in anywhere because they're the rebel without a cause or the rebel with a cause, but they're just too different. And so to notice that can be extremely helpful. Do I disassociate from the world? Do I push myself away from the world because I think I'm too different? Whereas the Decan 2 Aquarius may struggle more with overstimulation, like I said. And this could maybe be something to aware of if you're overstimulating yourself or if you're overthinking. Is your mental energy getting ahead of you? And the third Decan of Aquarius, like I said, may have some challenges with people pleasing, idealism, and I mentioned something else, but I'm not remembering off the top of my head. But overall, the Decan 3 Aquarius may just seek that sense of social approval and may feel like they have to shift who they are rather than being and owning up to their individuality. Or they may feel like their individuality is for the sake of everyone else and they don't give enough to themselves. So understanding your Decan can help you understand your strengths, to own them, and overcome your challenges. So let me know in the comments below, what Decan of Aquarius are you? Is it your sun? Is it your moon? Is it your rising? Is it something else? Do you see these strengths presenting themselves? Do you see these challenges? How are you working through it? How is it accurate? And what did I miss? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos. I try to go through comments as often as possible to see what you guys are requesting, recommending that I film about, and I'm doing my best to get as many of them up as possible. But let me know what you want to hear about next on the channel, and I'll be sure to go through the comments, see what you guys are recommending or requesting. So let me know what you want to hear about down in the comments below. Is it about a different Decan? Check out my Decan playlist if you want to check out your other placements, your moon placement Decan, your rising placement, all the things. And if you don't see a zodiac sign on there, comment below and I will be sure to film about that zodiac sign's Decans. And if you want to dive deeper into your chart and just get your personalized horoscope, personalized interpretation of all your Decans, book a reading down below where in 1 hour we dive deep into your astrological birth chart and how these Decans affect you, as well as potentially 2025, personalized 2025 predictions, and so much more. Sky is the limit. Book a reading down below. Check out my workbooks down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoy. Once again, my name is Isabel, and from my heart to yours, namaste.